we just go off the record for 1 sec here?
Yeah, of course. I don't want us to say it if it's not. That's why we're checking.
I think they have looked at the machines. When the Secretary of State did its audit, there was a fair bit of looking at the machines. The audit came in pretty darn close to what the machine count was with the receipts. So, I don't know the outcome of those, but our understanding, again, this is from the Secretary of State's office, was that there weren't any physical issues with machines on those inspections.
Again, that was on December 5th, 2020.
Apologies, that was not Maria Bartiromo. It was a Fox News producer, but they were gearing up to have a big conversation about the machines, maybe they could find something. And the Trump campaign person's like, no, they looked at them. They matched the audit matched the actual thing. There are no physical problems. We got nothing. I mean, that's basically what they're, but you'll notice that was not what Fox then did a big report on. Hey, everybody, I know that we're really frustrated about what happened with Trump, but let's move on from the machines because it's been demonstrated that there's no problems with them. And so all of this reveals what Fox News was doing, what motivated what they talked about, what they didn't talk about. And I am just fascinated to see as this trial goes forward. The jury selection, I believe, is today, actually. And the trial is scheduled to begin on Monday. So I don't know. We'll see if Abby Grossberg is able to reveal some more information, if Dominion has some more things they've been sitting on. But it's already been fascinating. Any quick final thought, Anna?
I agree that Abby Grossman's involvement in this has turned out to be pretty fantastic. I was skeptical of her lawsuit in the beginning, but her lawsuit has ended up being incredibly helpful in revealing some more inner workings over at Fox. So I love it. The final thing I'll say is, I just don't understand the sociopathic nature of these people who can just lie to their viewers with a straight face and not feel awful about it. Every once in a while when I come across new information that debunks some of the stories that we've covered on our show, I'm willing to embarrass myself to correct those errors. And to be sure, it is embarrassing because to me, misleading your audience and misinforming them is one of the worst things you can do in a democracy, right? In order for our democratic process to function appropriately, you need an informed electorate. To me, that's super important. But for these folks, they don't care about any of that.
No, not at all. Look, we know there are people whose job it is, at oil companies or whatever, they do horrible things that wreck the environment and ruin people's lives. They know that. They don't do anything. People worked at cigarette companies decade after decade after decade after decade. We know that there are people in all walks of life everywhere that are willing to make incredibly cruel, heartless decisions to personally enrich themselves. It also happens in the media. I think for some reason, journalists and we sort of lump some of these hosts in, even though the vast majority, I'm not a journalist or whatever. We just assume, oh, that's one of the reputable things, right? Obviously, if you're a CEO at, Philip Morris or whatever, that's not reputable. No, there are people in any industry that are willing to hurt other people to enrich themselves. And Fox has demonstrated that from top to bottom. A lot of them are willing to do that. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.